Alright, what's up guys? I'm here to make a quick guide on how to beat base defense 100. I don't want my video to be too long, so if you still have questions after the end of this video, leave them in the comment section below. Alright, so first things first is, after I figure out the strat, I actually beat this on my first try, and the strat involves having either Fighter Diane or Droll. I think you only need at least one of them. If you have both of them, that'll make it even more consistent. Um, if you have, if you're like free to play and you're saving and you don't want to pick up a Fighter Diane, or you don't have either of those, you could possibly use him. Actually, I haven't tested it yet with him, but he does make it so he's harder to kill, so he could work. 6 seconds, he can't die, so if you really want, you could try him. But anyways, the biggest thing is, with a team like this where you have a front line, you're safe. You don't ever level them. Don't, like, right here, she's level 11. She shouldn't be this high, but I was using sometimes I had to pick, no, there was no other options but to level up characters, and she was getting most of them. Do not ever level up your tank characters. You only want to level up the DPSs. I've Gother here, but honestly Gother's probably a horrible choice in my opinion. You only want to go full DPS, and there's really no red enemies. I I think the bosses are actually red, but the boss stages are usually the easiest anyway, so you don't really need Gother just to beat boss stages. I just picked him just to test him out. Another big tip is always over level. Try to over level 3 characters in the beginning, and those 3 characters will solo carry you at least like 50 floors by themselves if you over level them correctly. I actually haven't. Again, I'm testing other things, but try to over level. I'm leveling like a bunch of different dudes, as you can see. I really like Hendrik. I'm not gonna lie. If you have King, I feel like King is super important. Uh, Melee is also really good, but there are substitutes. Um, but yeah, y'all are gonna have to let me know if y'all want a video about like what unique characters. I guess if y'all are that that starved or free to play, I can try that. But the main ones are, you're gonna want your immortal tanks. Um, and formations will matter, so make sure you know your type advantages, your elements. Like Monspeet, he's green, so green will be blue, and blue most of the time will be at the bottom. So you're gonna want Monspeet at least in the bottom. Don't ever have Monspeet in the front. I think on stage like 20 you're gonna have to put him in the front because you're not gonna have that much like silver. So minus that, you're gonna, like, formations will matter a lot more in the end. That's when you're gonna want your immortal tanks in the front. Your supports in the back, so supports will usually be on the 4th row. DPS will always be, depending on if they're range or not. Range DPS like Monspeet will always be like in the middle. That's where I like them. And the 2nd row, obviously your melee DPS, so like Bond, Hendrik, just right behind your tanks basically. And some other things to mention is, when you do pick like to get the silver options, always pay the 4 silver. You'll, if if I could get to it, I'll show y'all. Hold on. Let's just try to level a little bit more. I don't want to be too under leveled. I mean, I'm pretty confident I can beat this anyways, but it's still nice. So Yeah, I'm saying over level. Oh, I made a mistake right there. But anyways, try to over level a few characters. So right now, honestly, I'm messing up because this is wave 20. This is where I shouldn't be greedy. So right here, let's try to fix my mistakes. So I'm gonna try to over level Monspeet, Bon, and King. So to do that, I'm gonna combine these. We're gonna want to level up our already high level. Leveling up a 1 star will level 1 will do nothing for you. So yeah, make sure you're careful on that. Like I said, I'm already confident I'm gonna beat this. But there's like an option where you pay 4 gold. Don't. I know I brushed off making that mistake, but try not to make too many of those mistakes where you're moving around because it does cost you 2 gold each time. That can mess you up. Okay, so your request funds, I didn't get the option. I don't think on the request funds you get the option if you see like a bunch of people. So right here, yeah, like I said, the formations will matter. Right now, I'm just gonna try to over level my Monspeet. So Monspeet will carry the bottom for sure, but there's no one in the middle. You see? So this is where when I over leveled a bunch of different characters, it kind of screwed me over. So you do not want to do that. But there's only 3 mobs here, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But moving them around too much can honestly be really, really bad. So try not to do that too much. I'm honestly trolling a lot at the moment. And what I like to do is don't try to put 2 of the same characters together. But in this situation, I'm like okay with it. Just to give some of my characters some levels. Make sure if you wanna combine them, have at least 2 of your characters that you want to level up next to that character, or else you'll be leveling up either a really bad character. Oh, right here, equipment. Sorry, let me finish my first. You'll either level up a really bad character, or you won't get the most out of ranking up a character because you won't get levels on 2 characters. You'll only get it, or 3. You'll only get it on 2. So always click this option, and when you see this 4-1, always go for that. So that's why I try not to go under 5 gold. And if you're wondering why under 5 instead of 4, it's because later on it's just easier to keep track of, because later on you want at least 5 gold to buy health. Because a lot of time later on, it's impossible to win every battle if y'all have it. I'm pretty sure y'all went through that. It's impossible to win every battle. Even if you overlevel it, you have a bunch of level 100s, you're still gonna lose HP. So the next thing is you'll see like a kung fu dude with like a mustache, or like a, I don't know, he has like a belt and he's just trying to fight you. You always want to click the special option for 55%, and you're gonna try to beat him. If you win that first battle, challenge him 2 more times and hope that you win those extra 2 times. If you don't, it is a loss. You don't get anything, but it's fine. You're honestly just trying to hit the jackpot with that guy. Just to make it easier, I actually, in my run, I didn't beat him a single time, and I still won like easily. Or I beat 400 easily. But if you do, it'll just make your run easier. You're still gonna have to play correctly, but you can be more lenient. I don't know if I went over this, but yeah, these 2 are not options. Do not even think of these as options until later on. Later on, the middle one's still not an option. It's horrible. But Yeah, when you after you beat him 3 times, he'll still give you two choices: to fight him again, or stop the fight, and he gives you all the promised silver for you winning. You do not need the attack buff. I've actually never tried it, so I don't know what kind of buff it is. I'm trying to get it. Like I'm trying to get him again, and every time I get to the fourth battle, I lose. So I'm trying to figure out what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a bad buff anyways, or something that you wouldn't need. But yeah, guys, I think that's the end of my guide. The 5 gold I mentioned earlier. Later on, whenever you're losing HP, um, the 5 gold will heal 3 of your hearts. So you don't really need that option till I would say you're like at 30 HP. That you would buy HP if that's the only option they give. If they give you gold or to level up characters, unless no, silver is always important. You will never not need silver because at the end of the day, silver will always turn back into hearts because the heart options will appear a lot more later on. Um, and like I said, formations will matter. Always keep track of. Always look at these. Don't underestimate that just because there's less monsters, like total this is 8, right? And this is 10. These are just fodder monsters, and these are mini bosses. So it's still hard. My ratio until like the higher stages, like 70 and 80, usually an over level character can clear by themselves, but later on you want at least one character will equal 4 mobs until the higher stages. Make sure you keep that in the back of your head. It's not, don't keep that ratio. Later on, that ratio is gonna be like one level 100 character can take out like 2 mobs. Like the mobs just get really hard later. But yeah, if y'all have any more questions, I'll be happy to answer. But yeah, that's the end of this guide. Good luck to everyone.